What's up, YouTube? Hope you're all doing well. We're here today with my buddy Zach ZKG on Discord on Magic Online. Zach, if you want to say hey,
Hey everybody.
there you go. So as I let Zach know, I am struggling with Jeskai Blank. I tried playing through it a couple leagues just to kind of see how the deck performed, and I'm a complete failure in it. So I brought in some help, brought in the heavy guns so that we can get a little outside assistance, learn a little bit more about the deck. I know Zach has picked it up for the RCQ season and is always looking for a little bit of extra practice. So hopefully we can bounce some ideas off of each other, run through a league, kind of see how the deck performs. So before we hop into it, what drew you to Jeskai Blink? Like, what's the determining factor for this deck being what you wanted to play for RCQ season?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So the main reason why I wanted to play Jeskai Blink is first and foremost, I've always and probably will continue to be for my entire Magic career a blue mid-range player. I love Frog, I love current Gorios, love Murktide and everything like that. This deck does a few different things though that you don't get access to when you decide to register Frog. Like everybody knows, when you put planes in your deck, you get some of the best sideboard pieces in the game, along with a lot of other versatile pieces that are really great in this metagame. It's also a fantastic kind of pseudo control deck. You have a lot of main deck removal, as you can see. You get Galvanic Discharge, Consigned Memory, even a main deck Wrath here, and the one of March and Prismatic Ending is always great in the current metagame, especially when people are trying to submit things like Affinity and Boros Energy, right? Another couple things that are really great about this deck is you get access to Flage, Solitude, and Quantum Riddler, all fantastic creatures right now. Flage in particular is fantastic against Boros Energy, and then you have Solitude, which answers some of the hardest creatures to deal with in the modern metagame, and even can answer things like Emrakul. And then you have Quantum Riddler to refill your hand, get blinked, and just be obnoxious with the amount of card draw that you get to. Some other things that are obviously great about this are you can still get under the combo decks with Ragavan, and you have a lot of good sideboard pieces that you can get post board against the combo decks like Strict Serenade, Mystical Disputes for things like Neoform and Belcher, and you're obviously a main deck and sign decks. And then you don't have a great matchup in a Titan, but it's good enough where you're going to feel kind of okay into it for the most part. So that's kind of
I'd
the
say
main
it's
thing
a
why, yeah.
that's a pretty good breakdown. What would you say are the negatives? Like, what would make you run away from Jeskai Blink if you were considering it for the RCQ season?
Yeah. Some of the cons of Jeskai Blink are the mana base can be kind of clunky sometimes. I can't tell you how many times I've had to throw away complete functional hands because my opener is like basic mountain and an arena of glory, and I just have like nothing but white and blue spells or something, and you just get
I can
incredibly
see
depressed
that.
about it. Yeah, it's just it feels really bad. Or even if you do have a fetch land in arena of glory, right? Like you automatically want to fetch Hallowed Fountain, right, and then get your three colors, but then you're just feeling awful about it, right? And then you get no Ragavan on one.
Right.
Some other things that aren't fantastic about it is you are kind of this control deck, but you're not a real control deck because you're not running counterspell, right? So you can still kind of fold to some of those intense combo decks, like Storm and Neoform and other decks like that that just really want to go turbo quick, right?
Right. Like no counter spell, no subtlety, no force negation. I see two Casey Jones in here. I know that for a while, all of the Blink lists were going like three or four copies, but you settled on two. What's the reasoning there?
So the main reason why I feel like two is the correct number, and honestly three could be the correct number as well, but I don't think you should ever be on one or four. Is first of all, it's legendary, and which kind of sucks, right? So you're not able to get multiple copies out. The second reason is if you are drawing this card and not seeing your consigns, you can absolutely get ruined on your own upkeep when you discard three cards at random. Happened to me several times at my RCQ where I'm staring at six cards in my hand. Two of them are Flage, and then I have, like a land, and then my other three cards are like Quantum Riddler, Ephemerate, and I just discarded the two Quantum Riddlers and the Ephemerate, and just I'm left with, two Flages
Oh,
and a land, right?
that sounds absolutely awful. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully that doesn't happen to us running into this league. So we'll go ahead and get started so y'all don't miss any action. We're going to go through a 5 round league on Magic Online, see how we do. Hopefully, like I mentioned before, we can bounce some lines off of each other, maybe even get a trophy. We'll see. But anyway, stay tuned and we will be right back. All right, so we're here, round number one. We got our opening seven. I feel like we can probably agree this is a quick mulligan, right? Just no second land, relying on a Surveil to find one, and even then, it's not like that exciting. Do you have
Yeah,
any? Go
yeah,
ahead.
I feel like even if you high roll a land here, like unless I know I'm into maybe something like Affinity, right, where I really want to, keep this Wrath pre-board,
Right.
so I think it's completely fair mulligan. This one would probably just have to keep because I really don't want to go to 5. That's kind of my initial thought.
I appreciate that thought. So we're keeping, and I'm assuming throwing back one of these lands. Do you have a fetch that you're more interested in keeping than the other?
I feel like they're all pretty much the same, but I would toss back a Tarn just in case I randomly run to a Pithing Needle.
That's that's fair. That's as good a reason as any, honestly.
Yeah. What is this,
Amulet,
like Amulet or something? Yeah.
green suns for a green suns for a Dryad Arbor.
Here we go.
All right, the matchup we didn't really want to see.
Yeah, we do have the consign though. So yeah, I just
Pick a
make its lane go, of course. Yeah,
yeah.
nothing else to do. Maybe we'll catch an Amulet of Vigor on the stack here.
Not amulet.
Oh
All
wow.
right.
Okay.
Did you have Steel Leaf Champion on the radar? Because I didn't.
No, I did not.
All right. Are you getting like
Uh,
a elegant parlor here since you have green, white, or red, white plays, or is there a sequence
uh,
here?
I feel like I would probably be leaning towards a Thundering Falls and then going for maybe a basic Plains. The only reason why is because I want to have Consigned Memory as an interaction piece without wasting my Surveil opportunity on the next land,
That's
if
fair.
that makes
Yep.
sense. Yeah. Oh, well, there goes our basic Plains. That's
Yep.
okay. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely Graveyard still.
Yeah. It's like I don't think we really want our fifth land right here.
Yeah.
So we can't get basic plains. Basic mountain doesn't really matter. So I guess now our fetch doesn't matter too much. We just don't want to use a fetch that can get another one of our basics if we don't have to. So probably just
Probably
one in
Strand makes
strand.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
Our
completely fair.
plains is already gone.
Yeah. Okay. This is interesting.
Uh, this is a deck.
Are you prepared for like mono green ramp?
I can't say that I was by any stretch of the imagination. Oh.
Okay. So yeah, we're probably gotta get this Felia down and maybe do some Casey blinking and try to get lucky.
Well,
I think all kind makes sense.
I was gonna ask if there was any argument to Felia as a removal spell here.
Um, I mean, it's not a bad thought, but I think I might want to try to draw 6 and just get a bunch of solitudes and then consign in our upkeep. What do you think about that?
Well, my only concern is these Steel Leaf champions, like we're gonna have to block them or
Hmm.
block one of them. But I
Hmm.
guess it's not the worst in the world if we're just trading off with one. So okay, I can get behind the Casey Jones play.
Yeah, so I like the basic amount, of course, try to save some life. So we did it the
There's one.
solitude. Yeah, do we want to consider attacking, blinking Casey, and then solituding the other steel leaf so that we can't die? Or Ophelia can't die?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, makes
Fire off
sense.
Solitude.
Do you think this deck is just gonna try to crater hoof us?
I mean, I feel there's a pretty good chance that's on the horizon. Um, maybe not necessarily Crater Hoof specifically, but something Crater Hoof esque. Ah, yes, Bridgeworks battle. I see.
Oh,
It's
yeah. That's unfortunate
on
we
my
didn't draw a
radar.
white card.
Getting in for 8. They could have just killed us with the Dryad Arbor. Or no, it wouldn't have gotten exalted.
Yeah.
Opponent
Okay.
is cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. So on our upkeep, we could just like galvanic discharge the keen-eyed curator and hope to hit something like on our draw for turn. Because I kind of feel like consigning this Casey trigger doesn't get us out of anything.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only problem with going with the discharge here is then what we're left with 6 cards. We ditch our whole hand, and that solitude is like a fairly valuable card right now for us. Um, that's probably my only maybe argument for it. Because if we go consign replicate with the Hollow Fountain and the Mountain, right? We still have discharge mana up, and then maybe we draw a white card. Um, but I don't like hate just letting this go either. But I mean, we're just ditching the whole hand, I guess, right? So I feel like maybe our cards are valuable at this point.
Yeah, I can get behind the argument of the solitude being how we kind of get out of this.
Yeah, I just kind of thought of a line as well. You can keep going with the replicate. I think we're continuing that, but we even have a remove the steel leaf with the Felia with our other consign as well. Um, but this one life is a little bit awkward for obviously getting mana down.
I think if we hit a white card, oh, no, never
Hmm.
mind. Do we have anything we can do here? We can discharge the Keen-eyed Curator, block here. We die to the Dryad Arbor. So I think we're just dead on board.
Yeah, I
Um,
guess we'd have to.
yeah, I was gonna say if we could have drawn like a white card to solitude one of these, consign the trigger, blink it, hit another one, have a blocker back.
Yeah, we obviously flooded
Feel
out really hard. That was a really terrible draw 6 from Casey somehow.
yes, it was. All right, so sideboarding against mono green Stompy.
Yeah,
I'm guessing Wrath the Skies are probably a pretty easy bring in.
yeah, yeah. I definitely
Strict
agree.
Serenade, yay nay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably fine. Like they're just a creature deck. We can remove it. They have some searches in their deck. Like maybe we want to consider Ashiok, right?
They did have Green Suns.
Maybe if they're like a cord deck. I don't know. It's kind of we're kind of citing obviously blind here, right? Ragavan is
Yeah,
probably awful here. I would imagine.
I could see Ragavan being pretty bad. I could see Teferi being less than stellar.
Yeah, I think those are pretty
Uh,
easy board outs.
else it's really jumping out. Really,
Yeah, I think I like just boarding out the Rags and the Teferi.
thinking
I don't know. I haven't really
fourth
seen a
Rag stay in or Teferi stay in.
I
I like
think
fourth Rag on the play.
yeah, I think that's reasonable. Keep the Rag
Like
in.
just if you accidentally have Ragavan into like removal spell, you feel
Mhm.
pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Maybe the only thing I don't know if like Ashiok is better than the one of Rag on the play too. Um, but maybe we should just wait to see what their deck is before we go in on this Ashiok.
Yeah, maybe there's an argument for like leaving a Rag or something over Strict Serenade on the
Hmm.
play, but kind of agree they don't really know what's going on, so it's hard to really
Yeah,
plan
yeah,
anything. This looks
yeah.
fine to me, right? Like we got some
Yeah,
surveils.
I like this hand on the play. Their creature deck, and we have like a billion things that answer creatures.
That usually seems like a recipe for success.
Yeah,
Do you find
just like
yourself boarding or not boarding, but like being extremely polarized with your keep decisions on play versus draw? Or do you find
yeah,
like
definitely.
most hands are kind of carryover?
No, I think on the play, I feel like I'm keeping like any functional 7 honestly with this deck, just because you have so many ways to pull out of things. But being on the draw as again like kind of pseudo control deck, I think like Archive probably first. Or doing that or Severing Falls
Ah,
doesn't matter honestly.
Archive.
Um, yeah. Oh, there we go. You get rewarded for the red source. um, so yeah, I feel like what would you want to do here?
I was
You just
thinking
want to cycle the Riddler?
Quantum Riddler just to try to get land drops.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you
That's
have,
that's fine. Yeah,
let's
go for it.
see, Hallowed Fountain seems
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I think the whole foun's good. But yeah, just you could be a lot greedier on the play, just like any other mid range deck, right?
So we got Evokes, Solitude, Consign. We've got Discharge, Aspect of Hydra. Mono green devotion is what we're up against.
Okay, got
Ah,
it.
I see.
We are
It's all
in
coming
the
together now.
yeah, we're in the first round of the MTGO League. Late. Nice. Um,
Um, so here I'm thinking not Flage because they just showed us main deck Keen-Eyed Curator. And I don't think we really want it just like play Flage, shoot them for 3, and they play Curator, exile it.
yeah, I think that's
Seems like a
completely
not
fair. Yeah, let's go ahead and pass. I think we also want to make them play into us right now too. They're obviously, going to be on the aggro side, right, of this matchup,
right.
or they should be.
Assume old growth troll.
I think I'm considering restricting that because it's a 4/4, honestly, and it misses all of our removal.
Yeah, I can see that.
Then we
I
can
was
just
kind of
untap and
thinking
play
if
it.
Solitude, uh, Solitude can sign it just because it was like a death trigger and get a Solitude on board.
hmm
But
Um,
I
I don't want to pitch
also
my hand yet.
that's for kind of a cracked draw, right?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
How we
So
can
yeah, let's
do.
just haste it up and then scam it in, huh?
Yep. This correctly. So we go 3 here, sign, sack, trigger.
hmm
This deck's easy.
yeah. I think for the audience in this type of play, obviously great here. If you reverse a combo deck, you may want to just flage and hold up some your one of consign if it's a relevant interaction piece. In this case specifically, obviously killing your opponent the next 2 turns is a really good way to win the game as well.
I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, like, so much of this decision is because they showed us like Keen-Eyed Curator, and I just don't want this Flage to be in the graveyard. But if this were a deck that wasn't threatening to exile the Flage, I agree.
hmm
Holding up the consign sounds a lot better.
hmm Yeah.
Now being on the draw for game 3.
So are they on they're probably on the Simic Planeswalker that untaps the
Now I know you're not asking me what they're on. Like
no
I know the deck lists for Mono
no no
Green Devotion.
no. But they're on. I believe it's the they may be on that planeswalker that untaps the devotion land though. That's usually what I've seen in modern and
Kiora.
Stompit. Yeah, Kiora, exactly right. Um, so I mean I don't think I'm going to advocate for a dispute, but maybe if I knew they were on more blue cards, it could be something to consider.
That's fine. Like maybe if they'd shown us a blue land at any point, but I think all they've shown us is green
Yeah,
and a black source, which could very well just be like a green survey land. It could be there's
100%.
no actual black plays in the deck.
Yep. Yeah.
What do you think of this?
I think we have to keep it. It's plenty playable. We have a solitude scam potentially as well. The Ragavan's not fantastic, but I don't think I want to toss it back.
Kind of optimistic about this Ragavan here. Like we play out Ragavan on 1, maybe opponent finds a steel leaf champion or something, and we get to like solitude it, get in with the Ragavan, do something else.
So I want a red blue land here with the way our hand
Like
is.
that.
A big
When
part
they go
of yeah, good.
when they go for that battle of the bridge, shoot the Ragavan, we get to blow him out with this solitude. What I tell
Okay.
you, they're gonna.
Yeah. Let's see what we draw here.
That's
I actually
actually
like that
good,
draw a lot.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can
Yeah.
just
So
solitude this, get in with Ragavan, and then Riddler scam.
yeah, so I guess the question is like, do we value scamming the solitude in right now, or do we just want to let it go? Um, I feel like probably keeping the solitude in play seems kind of good because if we find a way to blink it right
I
on a later turn, what do you think about that?
think that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess if we Solitude scam here, we can like still Riddler scam next turn. So it's
Or we
not
have
like we're really
arena scam, or we have Flage scam with the Ragavan treasure as well potentially, right?
sure.
So they have a lot of
Let's go
options.
Solitude. Hit you. Ragavan. Maybe they just give us a cool card off the top of their library. Cool, but
It, I don't want them having it, so I feel like that's pretty
that's
easy for us.
fair. That's very fair.
There's the curator.
Significantly worse when we don't have the Flage already in the yard.
Yep, absolutely.
Thinking like blue, white, like archive here, or
Yeah, I think the archive seems best for sure. Now, do we think that our opponent? Well, oh, another Riddler, huh?
kind of thinking Bennett.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I
Like,
think Ben as well.
rather just have a land.
Yeah, I agree.
Half
Okay,
the skies. So
so I don't. It's a little bit tough here. I think it just has to be Flage and get in, right? Like there's really much else to do at this point,
yeah, I'm just thinking if there's anything like blossoming defense or something we care about.
right?
But it's not like the end of the world if they do have one, right?
I guess we lose our Flage if that happens, right? But
Yeah, we have Quantum Riddler.
yeah, I think it's fine. I think we just go for it, and make him have it. They only have 3 cards in hand, right? And they're still kind of on the back foot at this point, even if they do this play. Definitely want to, yeah, make sure we
Yeah.
do the sack trigger after, of course.
Ah, called it. I didn't necessarily call Vines of Vastwood, but
Oh my god, what is happening?
you want to block? Howard called it.
That you did.
You play enough jank piles in your career, and you start to develop a second sense about these things.
Hmm.
I'm surprised they didn't go for exiling the quantum or exiling the Flage on their turn.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess they know we're short a card here, so they get to respond to the fetch. Um, and we're a little bit short on mana anyway, but I almost want to like. It's kind of sucks we're not gonna be able to get a draw 2 in off this Riddler.
yeah, but I feel like as long as we set up for Wrath the Skies next turn, like if we
Mhm.
just say attack in with Solitude, Warp Riddler, consign it into turn, we get like 2 looks for 4th land, and if we find it, we just like take out everything that's not our Riddler.
Yep. Yeah, I think it has to be our play. So let's go ahead and run it.
Start with attacking.
Hmm.
They don't have 4 mana, so they can't get this curator up unless they like.
Okay, endurance is a little bit annoying for us. It's okay
Kind
though.
of fine, right? Because we're just gonna have a Riddler down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's only annoying for this specific turn, but they're still short on cards here. We're gonna have a Riddler in play. We don't have basic
What are we?
islands. Yeah, we don't have basic islands, so I don't know if we. I don't think we care about our life though at this point. We're at 20, right? So
Just want to get
um,
second
sacred.
white source.
Maybe I was thinking Sacred Foundry. Yeah.
So we warp off of Steam Vent's archive because if we find,
Oh,
would
we
we
need to
rather
consign.
ephemerate if we find ephemerate?
I think I want to leave the archive up so that we have Ephemerate and Consign potentially.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna leave Sacred Foundry untapped, but yeah,
Oh
we're,
no,
we're on the
no,
same
no.
page then. Yeah.
Archive up in case we found the.
Yep. All right. Good luck, opponent. Get rid of this.
Say that. They're gonna like Vines of Vastwood fight it.
Please no.
Joking
Just,
opponent. I was joking.
just play like a dumb troll. I can deal with that.
In their mind. Attacking first.
Oh,
Blocking this in a million years.
yeah. Okay.
Now we just wait for next turn to Wrath the Skies.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna literally go land go. I don't even think I want to get him the Riddler, honestly, at this point.
Symbol.
That yeah, we're just gonna get like full swing at. I feel like if that happens, right?
Same becomes like a on a forest.
Oh, our opponent's spewing into us.
Love to see that.
Okay. Yep. I think we'll just take 6. Unfortunately, is what it is.
It is what it is.
We probably should have blocked with the rags, as we're gonna kill it anyway, huh? Just save 1
Well, it's
life.
got trample, so I
Yeah,
guess we would
just
have blocked one.
right. Yeah, but I mean, it's whatever, honestly. It's probably the Thundering Falls, I guess. Yeah, Thundering Falls seems fine.
I feel like once you got a uh few shock lands out, it doesn't really matter what.
Right, right. Oh, that's fantastic for us. So yeah, we can go Wrath for 3 here. Swing at a Riddler, and then we get an untap draw a billion cards, right?
See how we get blown out for this.
Heroic intervention,
Ugh.
maybe.
All right. So now I think we don't attack because they can just make this into a 4/4 into turn.
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah, I'm okay with waiting 1 turn. Like so, we're gonna draw a bunch.
Like I guess they have to sacrifice that land to do so. I doubt they want to go down to one land to make a 4/4.
They could have like some pump spells that might be able to kill us, though. Now that you said that, right? If they did that, so okay,
Aloth. All right. I was gonna
yeah,
say if they attack, it's screaming another Vines of Vast Wood.
right. Yeah, we just go to our draw sub, draw 2. Okay,
I'm thinking
so
just attack in, like attack in, pass, and have discharge for this plus Felia. Or do actually it's probably better to discharge this first because if they have a protection spell, maybe we don't want to attack.
yeah, I think that's reasonable. Get a little more information out of them, right?
Yeah. Protection spell. They can sack this into turn, but we can
We have
ephemerate
Ephemerate
the
and Felia.
Riddler.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think there's any way we can get blown out now.
Don't say that too loud. The
I'll
magic
say that.
gods are not kind to that kind of conversation.
No, they're not. But I always like to test fate. I like to see when I get blown out. Sometimes, it's interesting. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that could happen. And we take that information into our next game, right?
There is no next game. Is it?
All right.
Are you just going
Going
for the
ephemerate and block.
ephemerate here? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think I just want ephemerate and block for sure. Get a draw 2 and see what happens too. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, definitely
Vines of
blocking and then instep Philia.
last card's dead.
Okay, we're looking pretty good
Yeah.
now.
Going for the rebound here.
Uh, Let's see if it changes our clock. So we have 6 here. I think I am gonna go for the rebound because I think we can Felia blink when it has summoning sickness, right? And then we're doing a bunch of extra value. I think it's a little bit safer.
I like that.
We just keep drawing lands though. Okay, we have a hardcast Solitude up. So yeah, let's go ahead and blink our Felia or blink our Riddler rather.
It's pretty good to me.
Oh, can
happens
you
if you
blink that?
blink this thing?
I don't know.
Does it just
I
come
just
back like as the
as a
normal old
creature.
growth troll, or
Is it a token or is it an actual? Is it the actual troll itself?
I'm pretty sure it's the actual troll.
I think
It's
it would
an
enter as a
aura
creature then.
enchantment, an enchanted creature you control has. Yeah, return it to the battlefield, not like make a copy of it. So you could
Oh
just
wow.
like blink that and then solitude it after it comes back.
Wow. That's some big brain play right there.
Well, they clearly didn't have Jeskai Blink in mind when they printed these
These
cards.
random cards. Yeah. Okay.
I know we could solitude and exile that into turn, but I feel like there's not really harm to waiting.
No,
I
definitely
just like
not.
declare block, and if they want to,
Yeah, respond with the solitude.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Okay. I don't know how high up you have Mono Green Devotion on your meta expectations for your RCQ season, but I didn't even know to put it on the list. But hey, now I
Well,
know that this is something I probably still don't need to look out for. But
well, our
anyway,
audience can take this guide and they can
yeah.
confidently the next match, right?
Gotta add Mono Green Devotion to the sideboard guide. But anyway, we'll catch you back for round number two. All right, back with round number two on the draw again. This hand does look a lot better than the last on the draw hand. What do you think here? I feel
Yeah,
like
I think
this
it's
is a
fine.
snap keep for me.
Yeah, 100%. We have pretty much perfect mana. We go Steam Vents into Plains, right? We feel fine with it.
Yeah, Steam Vents into Plains. We've got like Scamp Solitude. We've got a one drop.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh, yeah,
Black
there we go.
Cleave Cliffs, Dragon's Rage Channeler.
So assume this is going to be like Rakdos Moonshadow type of thing.
See, I was gonna say like Grixis Prowess.
Okay, could be that as
We'll
well.
see who's right.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're still doing the same play, especially with the second Ragavan. We're pretty fine if our opponent wants to like I don't know, like in your guess, lava dart it, right?
Still an opponent. Don't prove me right. Moonshadow would be a cool one though. I saw somebody at
Yeah,
my last RCQ playing Grixis Reanimator with Moonshadows, and they're like, "That's my backup plan to the Reanimator package is Moonshadow." And I'm not
yeah,
gonna
that's
say
pretty
it
good.
didn't look good, but I think I took four separate hits for one.
Oh wow, yeah, Moonshadow is a pretty cool card.
Very cool card if you build around Moonshadow being in your deck.
Yeah, and anyone in the audience is like me, and you spend $80 on your copies, then you really want to make it work.
That's where the push is really coming from. Like,
Yep,
Moonshadow is
gotta feel.
sweet. Please play Moonshadow.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Tarsi for
they
one.
so this is definitely looking like the Moonshadow list now with the street rates. Um,
Probably not like Rakdos Death Shadow with Black Cleave Cliffs.
probably
Right?
not.
Do you have any interest in dashing Ragavan here?
I think it's the only play, honestly.
Okay. Well, I feel less bad now. I was like, oh, we could dash Ragavan this turn to try to set up like Flage plus Consign next turn,
I think that's the
especially with the
literal
opponent
only play.
missing. I
Yeah.
feel better
Okay.
now.
Yeah, no, it was a good call out. Also, our Ragavan cannot be removed now because it's in our hand until I
That's
Thoughtseize
also
this, I
true.
guess.
Nice lava darts, OP.
Yeah. We do have Solitude Scam now with a treasure token. Also, if we are interested in doing that, depending on what they play, I guess.
I'm assuming more often than not, I would like to get this Flage into play next turn. But
Hmm.
yeah, if they just go like Monastery, Swift Spear, four mutagenic growths, then I can see Solitude being a pretty acceptable line.
Right, right.
Land acquired.
Oh,
Earning Inquiry.
okay. Um, I think we just want to let it happen. What do you think? Like, I don't think I want to pitch more of my hand in response.
I was just thinking like with this fetch land, they're guaranteed to have Delirium online.
Yeah, let's see
Um,
what they surveil over maybe. Um, get a little more information on their deck. They did not. Could this be like Hollow One now? I guess it has to be, right?
it could very well be Hollow One.
So maybe we do want to Solitude this and guarantee that our Flage gets discarded now, since we have a. I think we have a escaped Flage next turn, right?
Behind that.
I guess it's not a guarantee. Well, I guess we
Well, I
can
mean,
sign the
it's either
Solitude
going
and
to
it's
get.
guaranteed.
Oh, you're thinking we keep Solitude around as
Yeah,
well? Okay. Then we
yeah,
we
because
won't have
then
the mana to escape Flage. Does that change
yeah, I
anything?
guess so. Yeah, it's kind of a weird spot. Um,
I don't think
yeah,
I
let's
just
let
want
this
to let
die.
this go.
Yeah, yeah. I think I agree. Maybe we.
Dang it.
It's horrendous.
We got rid of our land and we kept the Flage in hand. Like
Yeah,
worst case scenario on that.
it was. It was. Okay. Well, March is actually really good against that, though.
So is
Okay.
consigning a hasty Flage.
Yeah. Um. s- Yeah, I think it's with that. I can't think of
like,
anything else. Can they grow this in response somehow?
they've
Like make it
already got
target?
Street Wraith in the yard and creature. They'd have to have like mutagenic growth, in which
Okay.
case they're trading with the Flage and we could escape it after we find another land.
Yeah, I think it just has to be that then. It's so funny because in the many games that I've played, I don't do this play very often, and we just did it twice back to back.
You just have to expect it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like,
That's the
yeah, just
problem.
instincts.
That's the problem. You just got to know it's something that's going to happen. You got to feel it in your bones.
Yeah, yeah.
So Rakdos, we're assuming Hollow One, which I think is reasonable based off Burning Inquiry. What
Yeah.
what kind of stuff are you looking for out of the sideboard here?
So I think Purge is gonna be good. Because it gets rid of the Netherglyph at worst, right? It's kind of the floor of it. If they are
Yeah.
on the Moon Shadow, it's good. Strict Serenades are going to be probably fine. I want to at least consider it, so I'm going to bring them over. The Wraths are good. Um, some people say that High Noon is good, and all of the Hollow One players that look at my sideboard tell me High Noon is good. But I'm curious on your thoughts on that.
Um I I could maybe talk myself into it on the play. I
Hmm.
don't think I would ever want to bring it in on the draw.
Okay.
Um, just because you're giving your opponent like turn one to Burning Inquiry Hollow One, or turn two Burning Inquiry or Goblin Lore Hollow One, and
Yep.
then you get down High Noon. But like on the play, maybe stopping Burning
Hmm.
Inquiry Hollow One's enough.
Yeah. I think that's
Um,
all fair. I think I want to board out these rags because they showed us black. They're probably on Bowmasters also.
Probably a
Um,
fair call out. I think like
yeah.
Teferi for the same reason.
Yeah, it's very can go out. But maybe the last card I would consider. I mean, I don't really like surgical, but it's like
I was
I don't know.
thinking about surgical a little bit because like they could be on Vengevines, they could be on
Mhm.
Detectives, Phoenixes. So
Gets
surgical might
Legois out.
have, yeah,
Yeah.
surgical might have a little bit of text. Maybe just over like a Casey or
Um.
Quantum Riddler, a Consign, something like that. I don't know what you
Yeah.
normally
Maybe.
side out or trim in this deck,
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of considering maybe getting rid of
like a Thalia.
Ophelia. Yeah, because I think it just gets blocked by everything, right? And it just dies to all the
Or
removal.
that's a good point as well. Like Fatal Push, Unholy Heat, Lightning Bolt,
Right.
Lava
Yeah. And they can be
Dart
just
because
on.
they're still on prowess.
Right.
Yeah, any of those kind of just mobbing up Thalia. That's a good call,
Right.
especially
Yeah.
on the
Ophelia.
draw. Like,
Right.
ugh.
Right.
Are you going full control mode here?
I don't hate this hand, honestly.
I'm down
I.
for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Like.
you've got answers to early DRCs or Makos. Wrath Disguise to kind of clean up the board. Worst case scenario, you can double discharge a hollow one.
Hmm. Yeah, and we can even bank some energy and get like extra efficient wrath on 2 or 3 potentially.
True. Plus, I'm a very big advocate of just like not mulliganing against Hollow One unless I absolutely have to. Because if they just
Hmm.
burning inquiry, then like doesn't matter anyway.
Right, right. So I guess the question is, do we want to discharge this, or do we want to try to just play the wrath high roll value?
Um, I I don't hate just like elegant parlor pass, and then if they
Yeah,
play another threat, you could double discharge if you want. If they don't play another threat, you can play like archive next turn,
hold a
set up for
discharge or
wrath on
whatever.
3.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really fair, especially with. Oh, I think we want to keep that, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Snap
think with
keep.
2 surveil lands in our hands, like we kind of want to get our mana down, right, and not be
Right.
screwed on later turns.
I guess the other line would be like if if this were like a sacred foundry, I could maybe see shocking it on 1, discharge the channeler, just have like untapped white wrath the skies on 2 if you need it, or just play a surveil land and like hold up discharge again. But this being a steam vents is like a little bit awkward because
Yeah,
I don't think you want to be using up this fetch if you don't have to, so you can save it for your third surveil.
yeah.
But
I'm glad you pointed that out, honestly, because yeah, the having double white on turn 2 or 3 is going to be probably pretty important or relevant in this game.
right.
So.
Well, you see, I've mastered this deck, so
Sure.
I'm glad you came to me for advice on it.
Of course, of course. Glad we're here.
This deck is like always absolutely wild, and it's so disheartening being on this side of it when you just 2 games already have been, oops, we top deck the arena, now we just kill you.
Right. That's part of the reason why a deck is so good, though. It just has, a lot of ways to just dig yourself out or randomly win, kind of like Boros. Same
Right.
thing. So we did ditch one of our rats, but we got a second one. So like, I almost think our hand got like slightly better.
Got another Goyf in the yard now.
Hmm.
I'm kind of thinking discharge, Thundering Falls, go. Like
Yeah,
get the
I'm thinking that as
discharge
well.
while this is a 1 instead of a 3. Save the pending in case they play another Nethergoyf.
Yeah, that was exactly what I'm thinking. I think I want to save the pinning for the Goyf, and then if they start spewing into us, we potentially have a wrath for what X equals 3 right next turn, which is pretty good. It's gonna mop up a good chunk of their plays.
Want another
Um,
Quantum Riddler?
I don't think so because we don't have an ephemerate or like a consign at this point, right?
See, now those are the decision points where like I'm very Dimir brained. Like, oh, that says draw a card. I want that.
Yeah, you don't want to be flooded with Riddlers in this deck, especially against an aggro deck, right?
Yeah. But also like going ahead and discharging that channeler there because if they do play out like a hollow one, we can just discharge it now instead of prismatic ending on the channeler and then 1 discharge doesn't kill a hollow one.
Right.
Start like
Yeah.
committing more resources.
Yeah. Banking the energy is really good here for sure.
I feel like this is just escape Nethergoyf. No, they don't have the card types. Never
Oh.
mind. That's a feels bad.
Yes, our Hollow One opponent is losing to themselves, thank God. Okay.
Uh, is there any? Would you just like warp, hold up, fetch? We don't have another surveil to get, so maybe it's better to just like get. But we want to get second white for this wrath at some
I feel like I
point.
don't really want to do anything, honestly. I feel like I just want to go land go, to be honest.
You don't want to just put the or just like
The
replace the Riddler.
I think the only reason I kind of don't want to is because I feel like I want my opponent to start spewing into some of my removal at this point. And I kind of want to
Okay.
save the life and just get like a tap shock land. Although you could do that, with the Riddler anyway. But I don't really want to have to go like Riddler warp and then fetch a shock to discharge or something like that, right?
That's fair. This is why I called you in to hear the lines that I'm not thinking of. Are you marching this, or are you just like untapping pending?
I think I want to untap impending, just save the march for like a hasty threat that might be trying to kill me.
Something with a detective's phoenix or something?
Right. Yep. Um, so we're kind of the exact same spot as before. I think we just want to keep passing, honestly.
Yeah. If you hit the fifth land on an empty board, are you hard casting the Riddler?
Um, in this type of board state, I might try to hold a podcast altitude at that point. Um, but yes, to your point, I might be doing that once I'm trying to like I guess get the game over with at that point. If I feel confident, right?
Right.
Um, that the game's getting close to an end here.
And that's like where it's so interesting hearing an outside opinion, because like I am so brained on like play out Riddler here. Worst case scenario is opponent goes like Bowmaster, in which case you have Solitude if you want it, or just like let them ping you and you got a
So
Riddler. Who cares about their Bowmasters?
yeah, I think the so I'm gonna go land go again here. Honestly, for the same reason we talked about before, and the reason why is I feel like if I get this solitude down and I start playing using all my mana on my opponent's turn, and I just have this 3/2 life linker, there's no way this aggro deck is ever gonna beat me ever.
Sure. I guess my thought process here is like they haven't done anything for the last like four
Mhm.
turns or whatever, something stupid like that. So they're probably just sitting on lightning bolt, fatal push,
Mhm.
uh, something to that effect. So
Right.
just hard casting out a Riddler is like making all of that worthless. Are you solituding here? I'm assuming so.
Yes. Yeah.
This is
Yep.
like
Yep. Yep. Yeah. You're on the
the
right
whole
line now.
purpose of holding up this mana for 12 turns.
Right, right. Yeah, I think I guess like the only counter argument I would say to what you're posing is if my opponent is just holding up like double bolt or like heat bolt, and I do tap out for this Riddler, right? Then I'm like full tapped out, and then my opponent got to spend their mana on my turn, and then I could potentially die. Now I feel pretty good because I just 2-for-1'd my opponent just now, right?
Sure. I guess my thought process was like, I've got the Riddler, I've got the Solitude. If I just
Mhm.
play out the Riddler and they kill it, cool. The Riddler replaced itself, so they two for zeroed me.
Mhm.
And then if they do go for something on their turn, like I still have the Solitude up.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I think it's one of the situations where you probably won't lose either way,
and
which
I'm
is good. Yeah, I'm
overriding
gonna
and hard casting the Riddler now.
no, that's fine. I think it's fair at this point. If we do get heated, it is what it is. Okay. Our opponent's missing a lot of land drops right now too.
Yeah. All the more reason I think they're just like sitting on stuff.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, see, I told you, hard cast the Riddler and you'll win the match. I don't know why that was ever in question.
I don't know why you'd ever call me here. You would
No,
have won 2 turns ago.
so opponent had this Nethergoyf in the graveyard, and just like I don't know if they
Didn't
didn't
care.
know it was there or they didn't know they could escape it, but
Hmm.
they definitely had that play for like 3 turns and chose not to use it. Um, do you think that the Hollow One matchup is typically pretty good for you, or are there
It
like
should
explosive
be.
draws you lose to?
It should be like horrendously favored for us,
Fair.
just because they're discarding our cards and we're a Flage deck. Um,
That does make a lot of sense.
yeah,
When they got a bunch
but
of derpy little things that all die to like discharge and pending and front half of flage.
yeah,
Good
I think
place to
I kind
be.
of want to expand a little bit on like maybe some of the mindset I guess I have with this matchup, and of course, anyone here or you are welcome to disagree with me, but I guess like I'm kind of playing overtly cautious here because I feel like I just can't lose if I don't do anything, and it's kind of that like control mindset that I have in this particular matchup. But I understand that a lot of people will just want to get the game over with and not give their opponent an ability to top deck draws. But that was kind of like my mindset of holding up the mana for this game.
Yeah, see, my thought process on the other side is like cards like Burning Inquiry can just mess up whatever plan you're trying to draw go with, since you don't have any way of stopping that card. So I'd kind of rather have like the Quantum Riddler on the battlefield as opposed to just sitting around in my hand. Like a 4/6 flying body's very tough for them to attack into in the first place, especially if you've got like Solitude held up. Like the odds of them having to 2-for-1 themselves to deal with the Quantum Riddler. And then if they don't present something on their side, you still have the Solitude, but you like made them deal with your thing and you kept your interaction up. But if they went to their turn just like Burning Inquiry instead, you don't lose this the Quantum Riddler because it's just out on the battlefield unless they like kill it and then Burning Inquiry, but they were going to do that anyway. So I just kind of
Yeah.
like having the stuff out of hand and doing something if I can. But I definitely agree that it felt like there were several points in that match where if we just didn't give them a chance to kill us or like mess up and let them kill us, that they were just never going to. So I can see
Hmm.
kind of both sides of that argument.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, back with round number 3. We finally get to win a die roll. So, this should be something.
Yeah.
And
What do you think about this?
seems the mana is definitely a little awkward, but
Hmm.
we can definitely just go like Sacred Foundry into Arena Felia, like Sacred Foundry Ragavan into Arena Felia, tap land, and hopefully the Ragavan can get through with like Solitude if we find something to that needs blue mana on like turn 2.
Hmm.
So I'm for this hand just because it's very proactive, get on the board. Like it doesn't have the top end, but between uh Quantum Riddler being a live draw and Casey Jones and Flage and all that being live draws, I think it's got a lot of looks at some good stuff.
Yep, I completely agree. In the blind, I think it's just a snap keep, right? Maybe there's a really hard matchup where, like, versus a combo deck where you're like, oh, I'm not interacting with my opponent, so I may need to mull this. But absolutely in the blind on the play, like, it's gonna be good. And yeah, Sacred Foundry is, of course, what you want to be fetching here. So it's good that you noticed that.
That arena coming in untapped.
Hmm. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So
So maybe prowess.
prowess.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else that's running. I don't think prowess runs Spireball of Canal though, do they? Because they need mountains for Lava Dart.
Um, I'm sure there are some people that do. Uh, but yeah, of course we can just get in. It might be. Is it Cutter? Maybe.
They run Preordain. Oh, wait, yep.
I think so because on Tamio. Yeah. So that's just a freebie. There we go.
I was just thinking, is there any reason we want to play this or just
It
leave
would
it
be
in
only.
exile?
Yeah, I guess the only argument would be in case we had a Mox Opal off them.
That's a good enough reason for me.
Rack is actually pretty notoriously good into these affinity lists for whatever reason. Like it just gets in more often than you think. I guess it is a cutter, so maybe they have Tamio and Emery that could block it if they want to. But
Shivan Reef.
oh, okay. So of course we're gonna solitude this. What would we like to pitch?
Yeah. My thought here is Solitude and Felia in response to this Tormod or in response to this Pinnacle Emissary trigger because they don't have Metallic Rebuke up right now.
Hmm.
But if the Tormod's Crypt resolves in between the drone and the crypt, they do. So I'd
Yep.
kind of like
Yep.
to just make sure that the Felia is down and then Solitude off the other Solitude on the Emissary.
Yeah, I think we definitely go solitude pitch solitude for sure. Um, I don't know if we have to play the Felia yet, though, right? Because that's only 2 artifacts after this gets exiled. We could wait till Circle goes
Tormod's
on the stack.
Crypt, the drone, and the Shivan Reef. So they
Oh, the drone is not. Yeah, it's not ETB. It's gonna come in. Yeah. So yeah, just get the Felia down. I agree. Then.
then like if we get to untap with Felia, we can just attack and blink out the drone token they make.
Yeah. Yeah, it's completely fair.
Just pass turn. Really, really nice, and
Just don't have the nuts.
got nothing else going on. This is such a hideous preordain. Maybe I'm
Uh,
a
Nah,
little.
it's horrendous. I agree. I am not a fan of these really wonky extra arts, like for example, like the One Ring, extra
Wondering
print that
so
came out.
bad. It's so
Yeah.
bad. Oh, don't name Arena. Don't name Arena. Don't do it. I think it was
What
someone on Misplaced Ginger's stream earlier that Pithing Needle named Arena, and their his
is it not a
chat
mana
gave
ability?
him a it is a mana ability. It doesn't work.
Okay, okay. I thought you were like
Does
calling out to not. Like, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh,
thing one.
yeah. So we can go to Fairy, bounce their drone token, then flicker to Fairy with the Felia.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah.
In very just get to keep drawing a card every turn.
Yeah, it's noxious. It's kind of the same deal that was going on when we were like flicking Fable before Casey became a thing. That's another free draw.
It's a free draw. Let's get down archive. So we have the double white.
hmm
Arch looks pretty good.
Yeah, I want to keep that in case they hit Saga, of course.
I guess we could have bobbled them to draw into the march on their turn. I don't
Uh,
think
yeah, I
it
guess that might have been slightly
really.
better.
It's like a little bit worse if they have Imri because we would just be like putting a free artifact in their yard for it.
Oh, sure.
But
Yeah, it's a good thing to
realistically,
think
it
about.
probably doesn't matter like that much.
So you want to bobble now, or you want to keep it still?
I'm just gonna hold on to it for a second.
Okay.
Bounce like Pithing Needle.
It's kind of naming a dead card. I don't know if I want to give him a rename on Teferi, right? But
Sure.
I don't know if I
So
want to bounce the
then
Crypt because they crack it in response too, though.
Casey
Um,
Jones.
I think we're definitely going KC because we want to blink that this turn, so we could just plus the Fairy if we want to blink the KC. We could arena
Yeah,
haste. Nah,
yeah.
we want to blink it though. Yeah, there's a lot. So this is where it starts to get like this billion lines, right?
I
Let's
kind of
let's
like
actually.
I
Go ahead.
kind of like Arena Haste. We don't have to attack with it. We've got a bunch of treasure tokens, but I kind of think we want to attack with it because it's just a 2-turn clock.
So let's do this then. Let's Teferi bounce nothing. Haste KC blink Teferi. What do you think about that?
So if we're gonna bounce nothing,
No, we're gonna bounce. Bounce nothing. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's fine. Do we want to surveil first, or do we want the extra mana off of Casey?
Um, let's draw first. I think get a little more information. Okay. I don't think it's really changing anything. It actually makes this line better because if we don't hit a consign, then we discard the flage. play
Get
another
more.
arena. Well, we don't have to do it yet, of course. We can just attack, but we probably get arena down for our land for turn though, and then we have escape flage if we discard it.
Oh, good call. I was about to play a surveil land because I was like, oh, we can just play arena next turn, but we want the arena in play.
Yeah.
Good shout. We're gonna gain some life too.
Sure, why not? Who's the affinity player now?
I'm saying. All right. What you got, opponent? Land Kappa Cannoneer, go.
One of the few times that we can just beat a Kappa.
Definitely beat this.
Yeah, I don't think our opponent had a whole lot going on, huh?
I would argue that you're correct. Probably just sitting on like 2 or 3 more lands, maybe Kappas or like Krang or something. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
this
Like
is an
they've
older
got
list, right?
yeah, they've got Thoughtcast, and I really don't know what the threat package would be alongside Thoughtcast.
Yeah.
So little little uncertain. I know we want Wrath of Skies. Are you bringing? I know Mystical Dispute, Wrath of Skies. Are you bringing in High Noon against Affinity or leaving it out?
I'm gonna leave it out, especially on the draw.
Oh,
I definitely want the Strixes because there's another 1 mana answer to the Kappa and the
sure.
Pinnacle. Um, I'm gonna start looking at what I want to board out now before I start like considering second Teferi, even though it does like bounce Saga. So I probably want to board the Teferi out on the draw. It looks a little bit better on the play, right?
Yeah, I agree with
Some
that.
other things we could get rid of. Rags are actually still pretty good. The discharges are good.
Think Rag's good on
So
the draw too.
uh, if they were on Tamio, take them out. But
We have
because
no
they're not,
idea.
yeah, we just don't know. Yeah, I think I want to leave them in for now.
Okay.
Um, and maybe start. This is where it gets a little bit hard. Like, I think I just want to start boarding out maybe some like Quantum Riddlers and like the Ephemerates and stuff like that. Um, but and definitely that's a fairy, of course. So probably like 2 there, and then we need 3 more board outs. Let's get rid of both Ephemerates then, and maybe 1 Rag.
Kind of surprised you're keeping in Flage so aggressively because, like, we saw Tormod's Crypt,
Yeah,
and yeah, you can Flage Consign, but
you have the Plage Consign, and then you do have it does like kill the Emery, and it does kill the Tamio, it does kill the Pinnacle. I could definitely see, trading 1 Flage for 1 Quantum Riddler, but when I board out these Ephemerates, like it kind of makes the Quantum Riddler a little bit worse, right?
okay. Give it a shot and see what happens. So I
Mhm.
definitely don't know the sideboarding of this Jeskai list that well, so I am always open to hear what everybody else has to say.
If I knew that they were on like 3 Tormod scripts and they were not on like this is it cutter lists or anything like that, then I would probably start boarding out the Flages. But because I'm a little bit concerned that they're on like an Emery and cutter pile or some kind of Emery value pile, the Flage looks a little more attractive to me.
Sure. What do you think about this on the draw? I think this is pretty good. Like we've got Ragavan turn 1. We've got an answer to an Urza's Saga or an answer to a Pinnacle Emissary into Ragavan.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think it's fair to keep it. It's just just a decent hand on the draw. And I don't think you can be too picky in modern
yeah.
when it comes to play draw,
Like
right?
obviously I would rather this hand have like a
Wrath.
Wrath of Skies, but
Yeah, beggars can't be
something
choosers.
beggars choosers.
Yeah,
Well.
yeah.
Something in just Sacred Foundry.
Yeah, Sacred Foundry because
Or
you want to get your double white down.
is there any consideration for getting Steam Vents here and to get basic planes next turn in case they have Blood Moon?
Um, that's a pretty good call out. I guess my only concern is if we top deck Wrath and they vomit their whole hand out, then we don't have turn 2 Wrath.
That's fair as well. I guess we do have like double Ragavan if they have Blood Moon, so
We also have a March, too.
go of March.
So as long as we have one white source, we can get rid of it.
Weapons.
I hope it's not weapons. Looks like it's weapons, though.
The big brain play would have been past turn. They play Saga. We respond to the chapter 1 trigger with March the Saga. Or they have no
Yeah.
follow up.
Are they main 2? Oh, wow. That's crazy. Okay. Are they trying to play around a Wrath or something?
I couldn't tell you.
Do we want to? Oh, wow.
You
Okay.
want a
So I
mock
definitely like
Opal?
that.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
of course. So do we just want to like march this weapons now?
Definitely thinking about it. Um, them playing weapons in past to me screams they have to have a second weapons manufacturing. Like there's just
Yeah.
not a play in my mind that makes any sort of sense there except second manufacturing.
Yeah, I think that's
Um,
fair.
and I think I like
So
going
it.
ahead and getting the planes just in case.
Hmm. Yeah, if we don't want to march the weapons with that consideration, then I do just want to march the saga right now. Then of course.
You mean March the Saga if I think that they have second weapons manufacturing?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. If we don't want to march the weapons because we think they have a second one, then I do just want to get the saga off board right now.
I'm just kind of thinking like, I guess that's uh,
Or are you trying to get them to
awkward.
tap out again because we get rid of the weapons now? Is that
Well,
kind of your logic?
it wasn't so much them tapping out again as it was like, well, if they just have second land, second weapons manufacturing, I guess we don't really care about them having just a bunch of munitions tokens. Like they need to have um, something to do with the munitions tokens, and Saga
Hmm.
kind of stops that.
Hmm.
Are you just passing back, or are you Quantum Riddler looking for a white card for Solitude?
I think I want to get the Riddler down because it's not going to win us the game like holding it in our hand. There we go. Now we have a Pinnacle answer.
All right, opponent, just
Not
do absolutely nothing. Second land,
okay. So
or
yeah,
Solitude in response to this.
yeah. If they have rebuke, we get. No, they can't rebuke. Actually, yeah, we have to do it now. Cannot tap the weapons manufacturing.
Cannot. All right, you get munitions. Pretty good.
Fortunately, this
Also
rag looks
pretty
kind of
good.
bad. I don't think he's gonna let us get in with it.
I would hope
Assuredly
not, but
not.
see. Howard. All right. Are you just getting like Mountain Flage, or are you going Steam Vents Flage? Probably Steam Vents Flage.
Yeah, I think the Steam bets makes the most sense here for sure. Let's hope our opponent's not sandbagging a crypt right now.
Yeah. It's kind of like can't really play around it. And if they
No,
had
yeah,
a crypt, I don't know why they wouldn't have played it out last turn.
right.
So they're hoping to top deck another Pinnacle Emissary.
Hmm. Yeah, and we of course don't want to play out the rag then because it just dies. So we only want to be dashing it at this point.
Right. They could.
Okay, their hand is awful.
They do have Metallic Rebuke mana.
Yeah, I think that probably is what they're at right now. I guess they're still not. They were at Kappa Mana right there, and they didn't play, or they went off. They were one off. Yeah.
Off, yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Do you want to? I'm kind of considering like pending Mox Opal dash Rag
Yeah.
because I don't think I want to play in this Rebuke mana, right?
Wonder if there's any argument for pending Claws of Gix.
Um, pending the claws would make the Rag more live, and if they float mana in response to Mox Opal, then we're not able to get in with an attack anyway, right? So that's a reasonable take as well.
Well, if we pending the Mox Opal, they've got to use the mana before we go to combat if they float it, which would give us back priority if they
Hmm.
choose to sack something. But
If not, we go second main and then just don't dash it, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, I don't. I think I really would like to be able to dash the Rag, so maybe pinning the claws is better because it guarantees us that we're doing something this turn, right? And if we hit an artifact,
I
we actually
I should
get
have
Mox
played
Opal.
land first. So if they metallic rebuke this, we could just like pay for it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Don't rebuke me.
If they rebuke this, I feel like they are sitting on like two rebukes then, right? Because I like are they just gonna let us get flaged down the next turn? They tanked on that for a while, so I think you're making the right assumption here.
On Ragavan.
Preordain.
Jordan. That.
Yeah. Yeah, only option.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'm
Bottom
thinking
of
maybe
Thalia,
bottom
top the
of.
Wrath.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
See what you got.
Yep. This is kind of an example why Jeskai is the only mid-range deck that can deal with Affinity.
Say we've dealt with them yet. I'm still
Well,
pretty
we have a
terrified.
chance. Yeah, we
The
are. Yeah, but we have a
Kappa.
chance on the draw, which is great. Mhm.
I'm assuming this just means flage and try to race.
Yeah, we do outrace them with the Flage. So, and they don't have rebuke ups. This is the great time to do that. We can. What else can we do? Um, can we also
6.
Wrath first? Is there even any value in doing that though at this point?
Uh,
I guess it stops Kappa
we
triggers.
we can wrath first, but if we do, we're taking 6
Hmm.
off the wrath and then potentially 7 next turn, gain 3. So all they need is 2 Kappa triggers and we die.
Yeah, it doesn't sound advised for sure. I think we just gotta go for the blades then.
Kappa triggers and they would still have the weapons manufacturing.
Yeah. One problem with Wrath.
Is there any interest in just playing out the Ragavan here?
Uh, it does
Kind of
allow
like
us a little
if they
more mana next
use
turn.
a munitions token on the Ragavan, that's better than them like using one on us.
Yeah, I would go Mountain Rag then if we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
We still have it in our deck, yeah.
Go, don't do anything too scary, opponent. Okay.
I'd love to see a main phase Fiery Outlet draw.
Right? Actually played a Fiery Islet in my Dimir list this past weekend. Just like a blue canopy land, and it's pretty good. Got to warp a Riddler and draw 2, cling to dust, draw 2, ditch the frog, Fiery
Where's
Islet, crack, draw
where's
2.
where's the Dimir canopy land?
I know. It's right up there with the Dimir like Flage equivalent, just
Right.
non-existent. Okay. Second Kappa.
They are okay.
Last. Second Kappa.
Hmm.
Back.
This is yeah. I think I might want to maybe discharge my own Flage and main phase the Quantum Riddler to draw 2, maybe get a little more information. I think we're probably gonna attack regardless, but
Um,
maybe that's what we're doing next play or in main 2.
is there like we can like never cast this Wrath the Skies, right? Because we're just dead if we do.
Can we sweep a Kappa actually if we discharge our own Flage then cast Wrath? We make 3 and
One,
then
two,
we have 5
three.
mana.
1, 2, 3. Yes.
We go to 2, but
Yeah.
their board is gone and we can't die to this Kappa.
All right.
As long as we don't die, we untap the Quantum Riddler.
Love that. As long as we don't die. That metallic, yeah, rebuke you've been sitting on forever.
Yeah, is what it is.
Do have 3 cards to hit 2, or no, they only need to hit 1 artifact because of weapons manufacturing.
Mm-hmm. The bauble.
Probably pretty bad odds for us. Okay, not an artifact. Is an
No, we are super dead.
artifact.
Damn.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So get to go back to game 3 on the play. Any consideration for High Noon now?
Um. So I think now that we did not see the Tameo or the Emery, I think maybe we want to board out 2 of our Flages, bring back the Rag. Um. And then yeah, maybe consider High Noon now.
And 1 High Noon. Want
Yeah.
both of them?
Um. I think maybe just the one sounds good to me. But I'm open if you think that the second High Noon is better than the Flage, than the third Flage.
It's probably like 50-50 because the second High Noon's not doing anything the first one doesn't, but the third Flage is at least like a lightning bolt, kill an Emery, kill a hardcast Pinnacle Emissary.
Mm-hmm.
Got like some text.
Right. At least with that game, we confirmed that it pretty much just is stock Affinity from a few months ago.
Were they playing Thoughtcast a few months ago?
I believe they were. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Before Krang came out, I think. Right.
Your guess is as good as mine on that one because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like repress all memories of any sort of affinity list. I'm just like,
Right.
I don't want to think about it. I want to pretend it
Uh,
didn't happen.
it's better if you don't. I agree.
The affinity player can't hurt you if you don't believe they're real. It's
Oh,
pretty
that's great.
cracked, right?
Yeah. Say it's great. So there's a little bit of a weird situation here for us.
Hold
Um,
up discharge for emissary or play Ragavan.
exactly right. So like, do we want to be in a situation where we play Rag and then might have to go Solitude pitch our Wrath because we don't want to get blown out by having to like do that right away? But we do have Wrath on two, for zero. Do you think that's good enough? Probably is, right?
Down to give it a shot.
Yeah, get the Rag down seems pretty good. So just something that definitely want to consider though or think about it.
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, like we can still solitude a pinnacle emissary. We
Right.
obviously don't want to, but yeah, they do this. Sweet.
Yeah. So they might have removal rag. They could just be saving for weapons. They could be both.
It's definitely weapons. Oh, never mind. What do I know?
um. So I guess we just go parlor now and then pass. And we're gonna Tomb of Flade right now. Okay.
It's only my opponents that can entomb Phlages, not me.
Yeah.
I haven't quite learned that skill yet. It's why I can't play like Gorios in a long tournament. It just doesn't happen.
Here's the weapons. Okay. Opponent's playing pretty slow. Um. But we're not doing anything, of course. So yeah, just keep on passing through.
Kind of feels like a game that's gonna double manufacturing. We're just gonna have to like take a bunch of damage, get both of these off the board.
I'm really worried about Metallic Rebuke being held up on their end right now.
There's not really a lot we can do about it.
Yeah. I would really like to see them tap that blue source.
All right, Lance, chill out.
All right. No more lands, please. Hmm.
Sorry, what I heard was more lands, please.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh. Yeah. Do we just lose if they have rebuke here?
probably the only like not having a target for this discharge really sucks because like there's maybe an argument for discharge, not spend the energy, untap Wrath of Skies for two, holding up three. But
Hmm.
without a discharge target, that just doesn't work.
Right. Right. We're also like kind of close to be able to answer a Kappa with the Wrath, also with the discharge being kind of a dark ritual here. Um. So maybe with that said, like maybe we do just want to go land go here because I think we just get completely blown out if they have rebuke and a Kappa, right?
Probably, but we're also just like losing to them just casting artifacts with this
Hmm.
EE. So
Hmm.
kind of like if they
Yeah. It's,
have Kappa, which they do, shocker. Then
right.
we're losing to this too.
Well, we can solitude and pay for ward right now. Um, which still loses to rebuke, but at least it's making them do it on their turn. um, so I think that's probably kind of where we're at with this. What do you
We would
think?
have to fetch and shock, right?
We would have to fetch and
Because
shock. Yeah,
uh,
it's not a good spot, that's for sure. um, we
plus
can't
like we
wrath next turn either because we'd just be dying to Kappa, right? Um, I think we have to go for the pay for the ward on the Kappa. Honestly,
and
I'm just not seeing another line here that gets us out of this.
it's like
Mm.
solitude, pay for the ward, untap, draw another copy of Wrath of Skies, and opponent
Yep,
doesn't have Metallic Rebuke at any point.
yep, yep, yep. It's possible that making them have the rebuke last turn was maybe the better line, but at
Yeah.
some point our opponent we can't really beat just them having the nuts, right? Oh, they might just rebuke it on the stack here. Oh, interesting. They're actually letting it go through. Our opponent not see that if they rebuke it on the stack, that we can't target a reward.
Probably just know we're dead to these munitions tokens.
All right. Do us something good.
Ragavan go. Pithing needle named EE. Now you're gonna rebuke.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I think that they're just letting the munitions tokens get the win. They have draw for turn, crack eyelet.
Yeah, there we go. We're dead on that one.
Do it. Munitions tokens are like such a terribly designed thing.
They are.
Why is this leaves the battlefield? Like, if it was just die, I would get it. But being like, bounce it, it triggers, exile it, it triggers.
Yeah, I think the only
blow it up yourself, like just everything.
Yeah, the only answer is play Ultima.
Ultima.
It's 5 mana board wipe, destroy all
right.
artifacts
In the
and
turn,
then
right?
And the turn.
Yep. All right, so Jeskai Blink with 4 main deck Ultimas. Let's go. One rough matchup into Affinity, but we're going to try to bounce back for round number 4 here, and we win another die roll. Hopefully that means something good for us. What are you thinking here?
I think it's fine on the play. Got removal, Casey scam, right? Surveil
Trying
land.
to like surveil find third land.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
All right. Ooh, man is a little bit awkward. Is there a reason for the marsh flats over?
The marsh flats is the 13th fetch in this list.
Okay, that makes sense because I was sitting here like, well, this can't get red blue, which is what I want here.
Yeah, no, it's just a 13th fetch.
Okay.
If we're gonna hit another land, it's gonna be able to cast our Casey, except for I think like 2. We just can't hit Archive or Basic Plains. Our only non-red sources left in the deck after we get the. Well, I guess we're thinking of the Archive here, right? So just Hallowed Fountain and Basic Plains. So.
Are you getting Elegant Parlor to make sure the double red, or are you getting Meticulous Archive for the blue? Because I see Commercial District on the other side. I feel like there's a slight consideration for this being Eldrazi ramp. I don't think.
Yeah, I feel like I want the blue to have this consign up for sure. Since we have 2 of them, especially. Oh god, that has to be graveyard. Yeah.
Boy.
Okay. Probably Shock Pass. I don't know if we care about our life that much. Maybe there's a world where we, consign something, discard a spawn. I don't know.
Like a Renin 6 on the stack.
Oh wow. Cutter. Okay.
Not on my radar.
They're passing. All right. Yeah, we literally no play. So land. Oh, that's great. I don't think I want to haste. So Casey pass.
Cast.
Yeah. I don't want to tap down one of my lands for the following turn. And then clean up a Flage. Look, I taught you how to entomb a Flage.
Just took some extra steps. Okay, so are you just dumping the Flage? Yeah.
Yeah, we have Arena Flage next turn if we let this case trigger go.
Bossing say. All right, chat, let's read along at home because the Huntsman's Redemption, 2 and a green, Saga, Chapter 1, create a 3/3 green beast creature token that dies to Flage. Chapter 2, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, search your library for a creature or basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Chapter 3, up to 2 target creatures each get +2/+2 and gain trample. I
So I'm not gonna
have
lie, that card has 0 text against us.
correct.
um, yeah, I mean, I think I'm just letting this trigger go, and I'm just gonna escape Flage. What do you think?
Just hope that it doesn't discard the Arid Mesa. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's definitely a consideration, isn't it? Yeah.
all right,
Well,
well, just
never,
doesn't. So
better be lucky than good.
just don't think about it. Just
Oh.
scoop to the 4th land. I love it. Thank you, opponent, for being respectful.
Opponent saw that we just let 2 consigned memories go.
All right. The Huntsman's Redemption, Corey Steelcutter, Bossing Say. You got any ideas?
0.
Fair enough.
It's
Um,
Gruul stuff.
that Huntsman thing did have Search Your Library on it. Maybe Ashiok's a consideration. But there's also a part of me that just wants to go like no changes pass and just say like I gotta see more. Like show me something that's beating me before I start boarding in too much. Um,
I think there's a reasonable assumption that they're on Badgermole with Bossing Say, which makes me a little bit more attracted to maybe some Wraths.
Wrath, Serenade if they're creature deck.
Yeah, and maybe Rag is gonna be bad on the draw here. I think that's like fair, right?
A
We can always bring
shot.
Rags back in on the play if something bad happens.
We need to Charmaw Bossing Say
Don't tell me really good time.
on the draw. 1 land. Bunch of things that cost more than 1 land. Leave. This is a ship. And I every time I look at a 1 lander now, I just have Pablo from the Discord in the back of my head, like yelling at me for keeping a 1 lander and losing because of it. So now I'm like completely shell shocked into 1 land hands.
If I knew
Um,
what they were on and I knew that this Galv and this Wrath were like gas, I probably would keep it. But because we just know nothing, I'm just gonna ship it back and look for a functional hand, right?
yeah, I think I can agree with that.
So this hand looks pretty good. I'm kind of leaning
Back to
towards throwback the Serenade because the consign is removal with the Philia, and we don't actually know if that Strix even has targets, even though we kind of brought it in preemptively.
gonna say in the Strix also removal with Felia, just counter and blink out the token.
Uh, yeah, I guess like it wasn't sure if they actually are playing those things, but that, I mean it's fair either way, right?
Well, they had a 3 mana saga that cared about
Creatures.
creatures, right?
Mhm.
I guess
I think it'd
technically
be
they could just be sacking its own token, but
mhm. Yeah, yeah. We do have the Wrath and Solitude if they start flooding us, so I think either one was pretty fair though.
they bobble me. I didn't even look.
I think they did, right?
Selves. All something they wanted to keep on top. In a quarry steel, which means no second land. Damn.
Yeah, where they have multiple quarries. Okay.
A malevolent rumble. Badger mole, good call. Keep the
Yeah.
badger mole cub.
So our hand looks really good now. So I think I just don't want to. Yeah, you can go ahead and get the archive. That's definitely correct. I think I just don't want to play out this Felia until I wrath them now.
In
Um,
the serenade or
yeah, yeah. Let's keep the Serenade, and we can just Strix the
now
Cub
that we
now.
know they're a creature deck.
Yeah, we can actually even. I mean, not that this is relevant yet if we decide to Strix the Badgermole, but we can actually consign the land return trigger if you want to Stone Rain them too after a wrath potentially.
If if you just want to like destroy all of their hopes and dreams, then
I mean, I do. When my opponent starts playing
dude,
these Badger
I
Mold
do.
decks, I'm very scarred from Standard. Okay, so I do
That's like
not like
half the
Badger Mold
reason I've
decks.
been looking at the Spelementals deck is just to be able to sunder flock away Badger moles and lands over and over again.
I think is completely fair, and I definitely want to flip them a bird, as some might say.
Bird. Can't Veil Summer me for a colorless mana, so
Nope.
not even attacking in for 0. Absolute disrespect.
Hmm.
I think I want to bend that and just like trying to hit lands.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I don't think we want too many Solitudes when we have this Wrath. They're kind of all achieving the same purpose, right?
Is there any world where you're just wrathing for 0 here, or are you always trying to wait and get some more value?
No, I think I want to have them put something on the stack for sure. I don't think they're too scary yet, right? We answered one Badger Mole at this point, so I don't even know what their game plan is at this point, honestly.
Got Unholy Heat and Lightning Bolt in the yard, so
Hmm.
could just be sitting on some number of those.
Yeah, Badger Mole and cut. What?
This is some aspiring spike stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah, I guess we're player Ophelia and then get double stone rained.
100% something aspiring spike has put together.
Yeah, yeah. Thundering Falls into Sacred Foundry off our other land is gonna be fine. Yeah, or we're gonna have to hit third land for the Wrath to do anything anyway. Yeah, let's keep it on top. Oh, actually, oh yeah, you're fine. I forgot we needed double white. That was my bad. Probably should have been that. It's
I
okay though.
kind of like Felia blink out this spawn token. Just attack mana, and I can always like Felia blink out the bird next turn.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's fair. 2 damage is not like killing us yet at this point, so I'm really hoping we get like a Quantum Riddler top deck or something. No. Okay. Okay.
Oh, find
Fourth
another
land would be
land.
yeah, would be really nice. Particularly a white source. Probably the Holofound tapped because already have a bunch of red. Okay.
Not like the
Guess we can.
worst.
Yeah, it's kind of screaming just white card for me for Solitude.
I was thinking if they don't have double spell, just like Felia blink out monk token or
Yeah, like next turn.
something. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, if they don't try to kill us here. I was worried about them trying to kill us though, which looks like it might be the case. So
Or you
there
think
might
can
be a
sign the Corey Steel triggers? Because
yeah, I
I
was also
am.
thinking yeah, I it's probably like our only play. I was also thinking like we might I don't really want to pitch this Wrath or we also have like Scam of Solitude into play, I
Oh
guess,
wait,
but
we can just scam Solitude and consign replicate twice. Hit
mhm.
Corey Steel, Solitude.
Yep, we can get all 3 triggers. Yeah, I think it just has to be better. So if we get the
Hit.
monk token, of course. Yep, and then I did almost this exact play at my most recent Jeskai Blake RCQ. Right, I put a Solitude to play and then consigned 3 triggers on stack.
I've had it come up a few times with like subtlety, just like evoke a subtlety and then still go for a uh was it evoke subtlety, consign the subtlety evoke and a cast trigger off an Eldrazi and the actual Eldrazi spell
Hmm.
just to keep the 3/3 around.
Yeah, yeah. That was a fantastic play. We were basically losing the game, not doing that. Okay, it's pretty good. Flage, hit this Badger Mole, get into the Solitude. I think we probably just stabilized here.
I'll consider it stabilized after we've wrathed.
Yeah,
Until then, nothing matters.
yep. Can't believe we got flash fired. What's the card's called, right? Yeah, flash fires.
Flash fires. I'm like 98% sure I literally watched Aspiring Spike cast that card earlier today.
I don't know if it
So
was today, but I definitely saw him citing it a couple times recently in some red piles. Okay. Oh, please just give me a land. I just wanna wipe their whole board. Beautiful.
okay. Is there any argument for escaping the flage instead of going for the wrath?
I don't think so because I want to get these quarries off.
That's fair.
If it was an arena flage, I would arena the flage though. Your opponent's conceding though.
Opponent, you may scoop now.
It flash fires us and we're still gonna get flage out. Tanking on
I
the
bet you
Surveil.
they're looking at like a flash fires right now. Like, oh, I could keep this and it does literal nothing to the board. Did they is that the
They
Wooded
been the
Foothills
Wooded
they been?
Fells? I
Why'd they
think so,
tank so
yeah.
long at that?
They were tanking scooping.
Probably. Like, if we're being honest, probably.
uh, there you go.
What? What are we doing? Uh okay, yeah, so the Wrath of the Skies was definitely the right choice. I guess my consideration there was like, oh, if you flage, gain a little bit more life, get something you care about, like the biggest thing off the board. And then what are they actually getting off this Huntsman's redemption? But I guess it's better to just not find out than try to take guesses.
Yeah.
Um, like knowing my luck, they'd go and get like a throw in the last troll and just play that out and I'd
Jeez.
cry. But either way, so that's getting us up to 3-1. So we'll catch you back for round number 5. See if we can make a good league out of this. On round number 5, we are on the draw against an unknown opponent with a very slow hand with upside. What do you usually think about hands like this?
I think on the on the draw in the blinds, I think we probably just got to mull it. This hand's really not doing a whole lot for us.
Like my immediate thought here is you have turn 3 Casey Jones, turn 4 try to escape Flage.
Hmm.
Depending on how your discards go and if you find a fetch and blah 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 blah. But that's like kind of the floor of the hand. And then if you do find something in the meantime, maybe you like Warp Riddler on 2, try to find like maybe you find a Solitude, you want to Warp Riddler, find a
Hmm.
third land that's untapped. I don't know, but yeah,
I
I could definitely see it being just like two nothing going on for 3 turns.
Yeah, I like to think about hands in the blind like, do I just die to Boros? And that hand screams
Sure.
die to Boros. Right? Because it's the most likely hand or archetype you're gonna run into. This one I probably gotta keep. I really don't want to go to 5, and then I'm just probably gonna bottom and discharge.
I think I agree with that. Always scam a Solitude, so
Oh, is it perhaps a fellow frog player?
they Tassiger us. Just know it's my doing.
I'm ready for it.
See what we got.
Tassiger does not die to
I'm
discharge.
I'm gonna go off on a limb and say they get ooh, shadowy backstreet Ben and Atraxa.
Oh, you're going for the Gorgas, huh? Maybe still been Atraxa.
Got this has
Been an
told us
island?
nothing.
It has told us nothing. That is accurate.
Actual factual nothing.
Okay,
Still nothing.
so
Are
I'm
you at all concerned about Wan Shi Tong here?
I am extremely concerned with Wanchitong right now. I was just about to say I think this is Dimir Flash.
Go to our turn. I
Uh,
I guess you could probably
I think
shock in
we
Hallowed Fountain.
yeah, I agree. I don't think I want to. I want to have all my options available to me right now.
Right?
If they go to Surveil right now, I maybe we should consider fetch. God, this is gonna feel awful, but I'm maybe considering fetch shocking here in response to the fetch. Because I don't know
Want
if
to
we want
fetch
to tap off red
shock, or do
mana.
you want to just get like a surveil here?
Yeah, are we concerned with? Is there anything we need to discharge in the term? Uh, Probably not. I guess right.
Yeah, I mean
So
like
maybe.
frog could come down.
I
Um,
think that
side of
unfolds. Yeah,
that.
that's true. I think I want to keep that because it does answer the frog and some other things potentially. We do want to hit fourth land at some point, though, of course.
This is definitely Dimir based off double Undercity sewers. Like any other deck wouldn't be running two Undercity. So like any of the
Yeah.
Gorios or whatever decks wouldn't be. Just want to flage. Flage go.
Um. Yeah, I think I do want to flage, and big reason why is they are not going to consult with kicker here, and if they, because they don't have 4 mana yet, so we're not really losing much by just playing this out here.
See,
They
I'm
might bait a
not
cling out.
convinced it's flash yet.
Okay,
I think there's still a chance that it's a
it might
range
be.
gamer.
Yeah, it definitely might be. I guess we're gonna find out if they do a bowmaster here, but obviously bowmaster can still be anything. Okay, I don't know what's going
Just
on at this point.
every play could be anything. I think they're just sitting on counterspell and now
Think so.
subtlety.
Right, right. Land. Okay. I
Just
think pretty much.
passing.
Yeah. You want to flage again?
I'm not
Puts in a
against
9.
it.
I think I don't want to. Yeah, it's just flage. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You get a subtlety or a flage? Yeah, that's fine.
Are you consigning the subtlety trigger just to kill the subtlety?
Yeah. Honestly, that's pretty good play. I didn't even
Like
think
if they
about
want
that,
to
so I
force
respect
a
it.
negation this is just more cards in the yard.
Yeah, and then we could discharge it later. Puts another card in the yard too. I think it's a good line.
Show me the force. Show me the force.
That is so funny if we actually get a force at us. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, ye of little faith.
That's so funny.
We're just
That thing is
topping
wild.
this.
Oh, you want to? I was thinking we have a discharge already for it.
They can
Um,
just use the free known information to kill this, but
mhm, mhm.
I can also
Um,
see finding a land being really nice, just like hardcast solitude.
right. There's definitely a lot of considerations right now for sure. It would really suck if they just kept chaining subtleties against us though after we top that.
It would be like cast flage, they subtlety, we discharge one of them,
Hmm.
put flage back on top, flage again.
So it's definitely just mid range, like you called out then.
Gotta tell you that not everybody just jams flash over and over again.
I'm sorry, I'm pilled.
Admit it. I would love to catch them just hard casting this Riddler here.
hmm Yeah, hopefully they don't have another subtlety. Frog. Okay. I think I'm kind of leaning to like March the Frog, discharge the subtlety. What do you think about
I kind of want to get a counter spell out of hand now.
that? So
But I
should we
guess that
discharge the
probably
subtlety first then?
does.
See if we can bait it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our March dodges spell snare, which is nice.
Does dodge spell snare. And if they counterspell this, we get to untap and flage and kill the frog.
hmm
Um,
So definitely still sitting on this counter spell, of course. So I think
yeah,
with that consideration, maybe we just want to hold up Solitude or um, dash a rag. But then we're not having Solitude up, right? So maybe just pass
yeah. I think I agree with
Solitude
that.
instep.
Kind of solitude instep, regardless of what they do.
Yeah, because I want to bait some kind of interaction at this point. Oh, they have a counterspell mana up still, but they're gonna get to draw two when they counterspell. Maybe we should let the draw trigger go.
Yeah, we let the draw trigger resolve and
Yeah.
then counterspell after,
Yeah,
or
just go
solitude
instep.
after.
Yeah, agreed. Then it's like they lose the Riddler or they get flaged. I guess we get it kind of hosed if they have counterspell blue card subtlety,
Gonna have a tough time against that anyway.
right? Yeah,
Kind of hoping we were just gonna rip the arena off the top, but
would have been nice because we could have hasted both Rag and Flage. That actually got through. Okay.
got
They cannot push the Flage yet.
went to draw step, so
Yeah, no way to empty their
the
hand.
like bowmaster on upkeep.
There's the
Cameo.
tomato. Okay. Oh wow,
But I
what's happening right now?
don't know.
I'm scared.
Makes two of us.
They just have us. um. So, do you want to kill this Riddler?
I think I want to dash the Ragavan. Because like
I agree with
dash
that.
Ragavan, shoot Tamio with the flage is lethal.
This has to be subtlety in their hand, right? Which is why I'm considering going. Which is why I kind of want to turn my Flage sideways, ping the Riddler, make them chump the Flage, and then go second main Flage Riddler again.
But then if they just subtlety the second flage, then we don't kill the Riddler anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Because I guess they're not gonna play the subtlety unless we're threatening lethal, right?
Right.
So I guess we can see if they subtlety this now, and then if they
Yeah,
do, we
like
can Flage, right?
yeah, if they
Yeah.
subtletied this, then we would go flage, shoot Riddler, make them block, second flage, hit Riddler.
Yeah, I think we want to probably just kill the Tamiya now, then, so we can threaten lethal still. Maybe it's Bowmaster is the other thing that it could be.
I bet they have a push.
Yeah, I was really trying to like. Okay, yeah, there we go. I was really trying to find a way to play around like them drawing two. on their upkeep this turn?
Fortunately, I don't think there was one.
Yeah, but it's okay. We put them to 3, and then we still have Escape Flage next turn, so they have to find an answer. We can't activate Ottawara from the Exile Zone, right?
It's
That
discard
wasn't
from
possible.
hand.
Yeah, there we go. So what did my opponent draw? There was a lot of things to play around there. It was like we couldn't be we couldn't kill them if they had Bowmasters, push, or subtlety.
Quantum Riddler.
Must be right. Attacking twice in a row like this is really concerning. My opponent seems to think they're in the driver's seat. Oh my god.
uh,
Oh my god.
they called you not real.
This is so funny. Oh god. Are they gonna it'd be so funny if they just mill over a Bowmaster and then grab it.
Well, they don't get to
During our turn.
choose. We get to
Oh, is it not?
choose.
Oh, what? I didn't even read this card then apparently.
So they're dead because they
Yeah.
activate or they're banking on exiling 3 things to Frog, like 3 non-counter spell cards, and forcing us to give them back the counter spell. But they don't have the mana open to do that.
Oh yeah, they shouldn't have played the Frog. Well, yeah. It's a non-land permanent that Tasker grabs? Or that we
Yes.
get to choose rather? Okay.
They're just dead.
Alright. Let's put our opponent out of our misery. Our poor Dimir friend.
Saw the line.
Okay.
This is why you
I
don't
thought
play
they were gonna
Tassiger.
I thought they were gonna if they had consign main deck, they could have stayed alive. With
Uh, yeah, Consign Main would have if they had. Well,
they had to hit
no,
it, right?
because they had 4 cards in the yards. They would have exiled 3 to Frog. So one of those cards in the yard is always staying there, and
Oh yeah,
any of
yeah.
those 4 cards didn't get them there.
Right. Right. Okay, so we definitely want all of our blue cards. I think Strix are pretty good,
Strix,
right? Yeah.
Strix, Dispute, Purge, Teferi, Surgical
We're in real
Extraction
world
from
now.
Tassiger because it's so good. We have to deal with it.
Okay, I'm gonna put the no on that one.
Coward.
uh, what else do we
On the
maybe not
draw.
like here?
I'm not a big ephemerate fan on the draw because it's like a bunch of edicts,
Mhm.
and ephemerate doesn't play into those very well. I think Jeskai has like coming from the biased Dimir player. I think Jeskai's got a really good ability to win like the late game. So you don't have to go for like scam stuff so aggressively.
So I think there's some
Um,
worse cards before we start taking the ephemerates. Like I don't really like Discharge or Wrath into most of their deck, right? So I guess they're on Tamio, right? So maybe 2 Discharge, um, something like that. Uh, I guess we're still kind of back at getting rid of these ephemerates. So yeah, maybe both ephemerates out and then 1 Discharge out, or we can just get rid of all the discharges and then leave 1 ephemerate in.
mm, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but what about dropping like a flage?
Over the discharge.
Yeah,
I think that's fair on the draw,
right.
and then maybe swap those back on the play.
Yeah, because just like cling to dust, counterspell, subtlety. I don't think you want to be like too flage flooded. The first one's
Yeah.
really good, but after that first one, it falls off pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair.
Ragavan Solitude 5 lands.
I think I want to throw this back. It's just gonna
I would
lose the game
agree.
to a push, right?
Way better.
Yeah. Throw back an
Like
archive.
archive.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Blink players talking about boarding out Ragavan on the draw against Dimir.
There's
And
no
for
way.
anybody listening at home, don't do that. Keep your
Please.
Ragavans in. It's like the best card by a mile.
No, yeah. I mean, it
Like,
eats their pushes, it eats their bowmasters,
yeah,
right?
even with Bowmaster, just leave it in.
Yeah. That must be the only thing that those players are thinking of is that it gets, OBM'd, right, on the play really easily.
Sure.
Um,
But
but,
they're
like,
not always going to have it. Like,
yeah, they're always not gonna have it, and just, like, Rag hits once, and it just immediately flips the game in your favor on the draw, right? Mhm.
are we. So, one of my favorite plays in this spot is attack, let them trade if they want. If not, they discard. Then we can choose on the solitude, or we can just go for the solitude. If they subtlety, we could Quantum Riddler warp back into it and play it off the flage. Do you have any
There's
thoughts?
so many lines with this, hand, which is pretty great. Um, I think the one that makes the most sense to me is to attack in when they put 1 counter on the stack, Solitude, pitch the Flage, and if they just have subtlety or they start discarding their whole hand or whatever, like it's fine. We have Felia into Riddler on the back half of the turn.
Sure.
Like they have to have a lot of things for this play to I feel like to go wrong, right? Because they basically would have to like what? They'd have to have subtlety plus discard a card plus a blue card, and then also have an answer for Felia. I'd like to go to damage opponent. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Pass.
Okay. Yeah. So even if they have a push or snare here, we still get to get Riddler in and draw two, which is pretty good. Oh wow.
How do you feel about blink out the frog, consign the return trigger?
And then go Quantum Riddler second main, just to draw. Um,
I don't even think I would play the Quantum Riddler. I think I would replicate the consign so they couldn't like mystical dispute it. Because like
mm,
if they had a removal spell, I feel like they would have used it by now.
hmm Let's go to combat. See what happens. They might push Felia pre-combat.
Also fair. I don't think they have it.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think let's do it. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Like consign the Felia attack trigger.
Yeah. Still not. They're letting us through. We actually have enough mana to consign, replicate, and still play Riddler with the treasure token now.
Oh, we can do
Letting-
both.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So,
Is
let's
there any
warp
world we
now.
Tassiger? Hold up.
Oh wait.
Like we can
You know,
Tassiger and then replicate consign on the Felia trigger.
uh, do we want? I was also thinking we can actually even. I guess really we can actually consign, replicate, hit the warp trigger and the frog return trigger as well.
Well, I thought about that, but like, do we want to give up on just getting another like good body into play here?
If we draw land next turn, then we can draw 2 still. We still have Ophelia Blink. Um, do we have enough for Tasigur, right? Because it costs 2 mana
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
delve. Let's play Tasigur. It's your signature creature.
Yes. I'm going to talk you into playing this Tassiger one way or the other.
It's card advantage in a way.
It is. And it's just like a body that doesn't die to push. It makes like edicts worse.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just like a free good beat stick too.
Now you get such a baity title. You could say play Jeskai
Oh,
Blink
I
or play
know.
Tasigur and
This
Jeskai Blink or something.
everything about this video is going to go phenomenally if we get to cast this Tassiger.
It's fantastic.
Opponent, don't you chicken out on me now. You registered Tassiger. Someone is going to cast Tassiger.
Oh my god.
We just want to get Steam Vents.
Our opponent just has like Doom Blade in hand, and they just are completely trembling at this Tasigur.
You're going to subtlety it or something. Subtlety it, put it on top of their library.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think we want to make sure this frog does not come back now at this point. So I like to replicate.
Let you mystical dispute this.
Mystical Speed plus Force Negation. How does
Right,
it
what you
feel to be
got?
doing this to your fellow Dimir player?
Great. Kind of great.
Nobody Tassigers me.
Tassiger never betrays his master. It's gonna be the greatest thumbnail ever. And to end the league too, like the very last game of match 5. That is fantastic timing. So we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back with a wrap up of the league. All right, so we managed to get the 4-1. Unfortunately, couldn't get the trophy on camera, but it is what it is. We saw, what did we see? We saw Mono Green Devotion, Hollow One, like Rakdos Hollow One, Affinity, Dimir Frog, and Gruul Creature Flash Fire You something tribal. I think that
Badgermole.
pretty well sums it up. Yeah, Badgermole Cub. So what I've discovered from this league, which I'm not exactly surprised by, is you get to beat up on these creature decks pretty badly. Like, I figured some of the creature matches would be close, but none of these felt particularly close at all. Like, if opponent was putting things with power and toughness on the board that needed to survive an attack, those things just were not happening in any capacity whatsoever. Is that usually what you find being the case with Jeskai Blink?
Yeah, the entire, deck is basically model removal in some form. You can see that like even your flages are just like often 3 mana lightning helix, and that's like kind of good in current, days modern. It just kills a good chunk of creatures, right? Like every time somebody, tries to put a new creature in, they just ask you, does it pass the flage test now? It's not the lightning bolt test anymore,
Oh
right?
god. Oh god. We're getting to that point.
We are.
So like some good and bad from the deck. The good was everything was live in the main. Like you mentioned, these one ofs, the Prismatic Ending, March of Otherworldly Light, Wrath of Skies to Fairy, like those were live. Ragavan was great pretty much every matchup. Flage was great. Riddler was great. Casey Jones was great. You didn't mind discarding. You didn't mind consigning the trigger. Like every piece of non-land cardboard I thought was very impactful to the league as a whole. But I think that's got the drawback of the non-land cardboard is great. The land side of it can be really, really awkward. Like we talked a little bit between finishing that last match and getting ready here for the outro, where ZKG, you're on this 13th fetch land here, the Marsh Flats. When I drew that the first time, I thought it was just like a budget consideration and a mistake. Turns out not the case. It's there intentionally to go with your 4 Mesa, 4 Flooded Strands, and 4 Scalding Tarns. Uh, I think I said something about the hands where you just have like 3 fetch lands. The mana's great, but when you have Arena of Glory and Surveil lands and basics in your hand and stuff, it can be really, really awkward to sequence stuff to get double red, double white, double blue. What do you have any like quick tips you can give on fetching that might help someone at home like sequence a little better to get their colors online? Like, what do you find yourself fetching earlier more often than later?
Right, right. Yeah, it kind of depends on what you're doing with some of these flex slots, right? You'll notice that in this list in particular, it's very heavy red. We're on the 4 discharges. The Casey Jones is a double red pip card, and then of course you're on these Ragavans, right? So in this list in particular, if you want to try this, you're almost always going for either Steam Vents or Sacred Foundry or the corresponding Surveils on that turn 1, and that's just because we're so in on this red. If you are going to be going towards kind of like more controlly build that I've seen, where people like to play, Strix's main, or maybe the No More Lies, or be a little bit more like that Jeskai control list, then you may want to consider going for your Hollow Fountains and Meticulous Archive the first turn. But of course, your first creature that you're gonna play, every game is always Ragavan, right? So, and you definitely want to be looking for this card. As we can see, Ragavan performed really good. It kind of
Right.
bridges the gap between being this like control deck and being this mid range deck. It gives you that threat immediately, right?
Yeah. I did find it pretty interesting that I thought there were going to be a lot more times where I was needing like aggressive amounts of blue and white to be able to like quantum Riddler, hardcast Riddler, or Riddler Consign, Riddler Ephemerate, or whatever. And it seemed like that was not the case at all. Like, despite the way the top end of the deck looks, it feels very, very red heavy when you start getting to play, like needing the double red for Casey Jones, the double red for Flage Escape, double red for like Ragavan Discharge early, something like that. So the Arena of Glories that I thought were going to be a huge hindrance to the mana base didn't end up being as big of a drawback as I thought they were going to be.
Mhm.
So that was cool to see. Out of the sideboard, I know we talked about the anti creature package, this Wrath of the Skies, Strict Serenade, stuff like that. Really showed out that league, but we did see 4 creature matchups. We didn't get to see so much of the big end and combo stuff. So these Charmals, Ashiok, Surgical. Are there any particular matchups that you feel like those are an absolute necessity for? Like, we can guess Eldrazi, Amulet Titan, but anything else that you might bring those cards in for that people might not be thinking about?
Sure, yeah. I mean, Surgical and Ashiok they definitely have some text against like Ruby Storm, for
Yeah,
example. I think you're probably going to bring it in just because the matchup is like a little bit of an awkward combo deck to be interacting with, right? Like as we talked about, way at the beginning of the league, even though this deck kind of functions as a weird control style deck, we don't have those counter spells, right? We don't have those spell scenarios. So you're probably going to find yourself kind of randomly dying to Ruby Storm in some cases. So I think you definitely want to bring in a lot of
that's
these
fair.
stacks pieces, right? As often as you can.
Yeah, I guess Strict Serenade does hit Ruby Medallion and Ral, so that's a pretty nice little bonus on that piece of cardboard. If
Absolutely.
you are there any like 16th, 17th sideboard cards, like things you've liked but just haven't found room for?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there are a bunch of other random cards that you could consider. If you are extremely heavy on Eldrazi meta, you might want even 4 Charmas. You can consider things like Stony Silence if you want to really be in on beating Affinity. There are things like Subtlety you can consider. There are things like No More Lies, additional Strixes. Really, you can kind of craft your sideboard to be as geared towards whatever matchup you're trying to beat as much as you can. If you really want to beat those Amulet Titan players, then you may have a second Ashiok and a Subtlety or something like that, right?
Yeah. That's a good shout out. I think that having that customization ability in the sideboard is something that all mid range decks really strive for. But like you said way back at the intro of the video, having the white to play some of the best sideboard cards available is definitely a really big boom. So getting to register like extra Wrath of Skies if you're expecting a bunch of Boros or Affinity or whatnot, extra High Noons, whatever the case may be, like we saw that league, the one loss we had was to Affinity. in just absolute perfect hand. Double weapons manufacturing, answer for Ragavan on one, Kappa Cannoneer, Mystical Dispute, EE, like the absolute nuts for Affinity. So I can imagine just like everybody in Modern, you lose to those games, but not really a whole lot you can do, regardless of the number of Wrath the Skies you play, as we saw that league where we wouldn't have gotten to resolve it anyway.
Right.
But anyway, we'll go ahead and let everybody get back to whatever they were previously doing. Zach, thank you so much for coming and playing this league with me. It was an absolute blast. Hopefully, you'll join me for some more Jeskai Blink in the future as soon as I get the heebie-jeebies off of my computer of playing a non-Dimir deck. But we'll run
Absolutely.
it back. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you did too. Hopefully everybody out in TV land learned something from the league. And we will catch you back next time. So go check out the deck list down below. I'll have it linked straight over to ZKG's Moxfield. So you can go follow him over there. Otherwise, if you got questions, comments, concerns, come join the Control Freak Discord. Link to that down below, as well as links to some of our partners like Mana Traders, TCG Player, if you have some purchases or rentals that you need to pick up in the near future. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your evening. Stay safe. Enjoy some good food and company. We will catch y'all back live later. Adios for now.